Hey Patriots, is anyone out there? We wanted to do a quick little top 10 breaking news as a quick little update. We said we're going to try to go live every day through the 20th for the inauguration. I see a few of you guys are popping on out there. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing what's going on with you tonight and giving you some breaking news. So wait a minute here. I'm letting my tea steep. Kind of chilling out. Is anyone else stressed out there about anything? Maybe get a cup of tea and join me here so we can relax and rehash top 10 breaking news. We're going to talk about 5 good things and 5 not good things, but we want to be informed. We would always rather know what's going on and be informed, right, Patriots? So let me know where you guys are watching from right now. Oh, hi, cool. Yep, we had a lot of people from Australia a couple of days ago. A lot of people from New Zealand. If you guys don't mind, since we're just sort of chilling, you wouldn't believe how small my screen is. I'm just gonna put my glasses on. Hey, Vicky. We have Kim. Oh, hi, from Oregon. Des Moines, awesome. Hawaii, Houston, Kentucky, Indiana, PA in the house, nice. Las Vegas, great. Oklahoma, Kentucky. Ooh, SoCal here too. Our studio and our company, Seavine, are based in Southern California, Wyoming. Great. Yvonne from Phoenix. Oh, nice. We love Phoenix. A lot of great Patriots here. Omaha, Central Oregon. Awesome. Keep popping in here, and it's great to see everyone. I saw someone just said, let's get to the news. But the thing is, the last time we started, if you'll look back on the replay, we didn't wait long enough, and so some of the headlines were cut off in the beginning. YouTube's a little tricky, so I just want to be sure that everyone can get on here. So the first thing in our top 10 news that we're just going to talk about very briefly is Twitter and how it's impacted our social discussion, our First Amendment rights, and Twitter allegedly lost $5 billion last week. Their stock prices dropped over 12%. And let's all collectively do a boo-hoo for Twitter because they pretty much did it to themselves, $5 billion. Let's see what happens this week if they lose $10 billion. They pretty much did it to themselves. There will be very few tears shed over here. They kicked the president off, President Donald J. Trump, and they banned a lot of patriots. They totally suppressed us if we even put a flag up. And so they lost $5 billion, and they sent out a new list of, I'm gonna call it a pseudo apology today. It really wasn't. Somebody just freaked out when they saw that $5 billion was lost last week, and it's still plummeting. It'll be interesting to see what it goes down to. So they sent out a little, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but basically a little suck-up list saying, oh, they realized they overstepped their bounds, they're not gonna have fact checkers anymore, and all kinds of things. I don't wanna waste too much of your time with that. I just wanted to let you know that they will be recruiting you back and saying, oops, our bad, and we'll be having minimal tears over here, right guys? So I do want to ask everyone to try to tune in tomorrow evening. And in the meanwhile, if you can watch our video that we shot in Washington, D.C., it's very important. The next thing we want to talk about for breaking news is there's a lot of talk about what really happened in Washington, D.C., and there's new evidence that the official timeline that people set out, even the police, isn't accurate. So I had a little epiphany yesterday because I worked on editing the footage that Leonard and Adam and I shot, and their timeline is bogus. And they based that timeline that they're putting out, some of them, on when the president was supposed to speak, and he did not. He was supposed to speak at 11, and when you watch the video, you're gonna see a timeline on it that shows that he began at 12:03, well after the start time. So if they had their pre-written narrative with their pre-little timed out parts, they screwed up major, because I was there, I saw it, and I have the time codes, official legal time codes that I could bring into a court of law if necessary, and show that on our hard drive and from the phone stamps on all of Leonard's multiple phones, it shows exactly what time everything occurred. And they're saying the quote breach by the quote terrorist occurred before we even were done listening to President Trump. His speech was delayed and we were still there. And let me ask you, patriots, do you think there's any chance at all that we would fly all the way there, take ridicule from family and friends, spend money, go there and not see the president? Absolutely not. We were sitting there waiting to hear him speak and we did not leave. 250,000 patriots did not leave until he was done. So very quickly tomorrow, I'm going to pop through some of the timelines that are being put out by the Democrats and by some of the police even, some of the official timelines, and I'm gonna prove why they're not accurate. We're gonna show footage that we have, exclusive footage that we took, where patriots are absolutely taking Antifa down. They're saying, we need to stop them. They're trying to harm the Capitol, and we don't want anyone to think that that was us. Even one we saw had a piece of paper that said Trump taped to the back of his hat. Like, hire better actors. Get better commitment to your role, guys. This is not okay. But there's a lot of flack about it, and tomorrow it's going to be really fun to go through the footage that we have, and I'm going to play for you exclusive little clips from real patriots that were saying, take these Antifa guys out. We do not want to get blamed for this. We're here to be patriotic. For anyone that missed it before, I just want to recap because we keep asking the media to show us where Trump called for us to cause problems in the Capitol. Here's what he really said. Quote, I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. That's the quote. What part of that is sedition? Zero. We had every right. So that is the real facts. And so far, we don't see any video of President Trump inciting riots. So any news that you guys have from your areas, pop it into the comments because we're all kind of keeping tabs on each other and making sure everybody's good out there. Are you guys good? You have electricity and you feel like you're safe and your voices are being heard and you're hanging in there, not too stressed, not unreasonably stressed while we're heading into January 20th, Inauguration Day. Awesome. Kim says yes. Sunday says she's watching from Illinois. Ooh, you got it, Sandy. Totally, we're going to Project Veritas because somebody got fired. And Stevine loves you guys too. So Michael Beller at PBS was busted out by Project Veritas. I hope all of you get a chance to see it. If I can, I'll roll the clip in tomorrow. I'll have somebody helping me to roll the clips in. So he absolutely said some very vile things. And here's the thing. Who funds PBS? Because they hate us. They hate patriots. Who funds them? They receive our tax dollars and they hate us. This has to stop. And the things that Michael said were just absolutely disgusting about President Trump's children need to be put in re-education camps, and he compared President Trump to Hitler and just all kinds of things. There's a lot of negativity out there. And we love you too, Canada. Mwah. We do. We appreciate your support. We appreciate, I know it's late, guys, but we just wanted to bring you a quick top 10 and ask you to please tune in. There are criminals and they have been getting away with it for way too long. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm even going to call out Marianne Williams because Marianne Williams was a presidential candidate. Oh, good. Good for you, Sue. She says, I stopped supporting PBS a long time ago. Like, why would we? I would seriously rather do a million things with the money than give it to someone who hates us. So there's a lot of good going on. There's a lot of negativity out there. And I'm just going to challenge you over the course of the next few days until the 20th to just really focus on distancing yourself from anything that's toxic negativity and listen to some good music, read some good books, talk to your friends, get on here and chat with people. Melbourne is ruled by a dictator. We are okay. Oh, did you say you had no power? We've been hearing there are little pockets with no power. pop back on and give us that little update, please. Sorry, I wasn't fast enough reading. Yeah, their news was very anti-Trump. So I have to share something with you guys. I was a little down yesterday. I was tired from coming back from Washington, D.C. I'm seeing all these stories about invoking the 25th Amendment, possibly impeaching Trump, which, by the way, is it disgusting or what? That Nancy Pelosi can spearhead the possibility of causing a second impeachment for President Trump in 3 days flat, but they still can't get child porn off the internet. And they still can't get a $2,000 stimulus for so many Americans who are suffering. It's priorities. So we really need to be conscientious about, they are disgusting. We really need to be conscientious about surrounding ourselves with positivity, positive music, positive stories. Hi, hello, thank you so much for watching from Texas. And I just really want to encourage everyone to be proactive about checking on your family, checking on your friends over the next few days, because a lot of people are struggling right now, even if we don't recognize it. Hey there, Tinky Morris. Cool, Virginia. And hello, hello. So a lot of people are really feeling stressed, especially about our children and what we're heading into here. So here's one of our top 10 breakings that was a little disheartening today. We wake up, we hit the news, and we hear that major companies like Airbnb and Salesforce and General Electric are going to no longer do business with Republicans. And I'm paraphrasing to varying degrees, but they're basically saying they are no longer going to do business with Republicans because they are deeming us terrorists, which is so important. It is so important that we all get informed about the lies that they're telling. We are not terrorists. We were peaceful patriots in Washington, D.C., and if there were a few bad actors, 250,000 people should not be held responsible. On the whole, it was the biggest love fest, and I am really excited to bring you some facts tomorrow and to point out some things that I don't know if anyone else has. Here's the deal. Here's why it's going to be a big story. Here's why it's a fact. Had we used the real video cameras to shoot in Washington, D.C., they would not have local internet-connected time codes stamped on them, right? It was pouring rain. So did we want to risk wrecking the expensive cameras? No. We just pulled out Leonard's mobile phones and we climbed up on the roofs and the fences and we shot everything. But guess what happened? All that footage is time-stamped now. And so when I started hearing the official narrative from MSN about when the, quote, terrorist breaches occurred, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That does not match with our timestamps. Went back and checked it, and sure enough, I have proof that they are lying. So please follow up with us tomorrow. Listen, it's going to be really fun, and I'm going to have some technical help here so that while I'm talking, we can roll stories in. We're going to up our game tomorrow, you guys. We are. So we have Real News headquarters, Fort Drum, Waterton. We've had a lot of military little updates about National Guard. Marianne says, have faith. We do have faith, guys. We do. But that doesn't mean we just need to sit on our butts and pray. We really need to pray while we run, while we sign petitions, while we keep it moving, while we keep fighting for our republic, we keep fighting for freedom. We choose not to accept socialism and communism, and we are not quitters. We are not whining and going in the corner. So we'll keep updating you. But in regard to Salesforce and Airbnb and several companies that said they are not going to do business with Republicans, guess what? There's a lot of us Republicans out here. If we vote with our dollar and we consistently avoid places like Starbucks and Salesforce and Amazon, oh my gosh, Amazon, how they deplatformed Parler. We need to organize. We need to conscientiously vote with our dollars, and we need to support companies and people that are doing good in the world and that we believe in and that we can back. Right, guys? We are not giving our dollars to slime buckets. That's right. They are going to be sorry, Ellie. They're totally going to be sorry because as a collective block, we have a chunk of change, Right, guys? So, moving right along here, I'm skipping, I got some just great information to share with you guys tomorrow. I'm really excited about the timelines and a lot that's happening. So I want you guys to know Parlor Leader's been getting death threats. Oh my gosh, lots of people have. Paul Gosar, who stood up for Arizona, Mark Fincham, Ted Cruz. So many people are getting death threats. What happened to America? When did it become not okay to disagree with someone without hating them? So whatever we can do to pray, keep it up, and keep positivity going, we need to. But right now, I'm just going to read a few comments very quickly. We appreciate all of you. Yes, Kim says, I heard it's a good idea to have some cash on hand. So several of you have written in to say, do we know that the Insurrection Act was passed? What's the difference between the Insurrection Act and martial law? Should we have cash on hand? Don't buy from Amazon. I know I was like this the other day. When we said to buy those walkie-talkies on Amazon, I was like, no, we hate Amazon. They're not our friends. They hate us. They're really being, really, really unfair about what they're doing. So we do not want to support Amazon. There are a lot of other people out there that we could support. The questions that you've been sending in about the Insurrection Act, about what should we have, are really good questions, but I asked someone higher up the chain that's very connected in military, whom I trust very much. So he can't tell me anything specific, but oftentimes I say, would this hypothesis make sense for what is going on right now? And he can say yes or no. And one of the things he said is, please, for me to avoid talking about the Insurrection Act or martial law, because nobody knows what President Trump's next move will be from this day forward, and it could be something entirely different. And if we can't vet something and we don't know it's true, we don't hear it from one of you, we don't see it in a videotape, we are not the MSM. We are not going to share ideas and hypotheses that we have no clue if they're correct or not. But to your question, should we have money on hand? This same person that I trust very much said he thinks it's a great idea to have silver. So if anybody can buy silver, and I'm not even going to go into the details why, but he said if anyone can purchase silver and have that as a little extra stash, good excuse to get jewelry, ladies, and just stock it away, right? Florida in the house, nice. So tomorrow, I will have lots of details for you on several things that we're working on, that we are researching. We will have some video clips to roll in. Right now, we just wanted to give you the very brief update on many of the businesses that are threatening. I heard of some patriots kicked off of GoDaddy. I heard of one patriot that was blocked out of their account on Wells Fargo because they actually spoke at one of our events. I'm sure many of you have heard that the new Congresswoman from Missouri is actually trying to pass legislature so that anyone that opposed checking the elections will actually be suspended from their legally voted roles that they are supposed to be holding. It's like the Twilight Zone here in America. It's not even like the real America anymore. It's just like the Twilight Zone. And I can only hope and pray that our military and President Trump and those that are in power are working diligently to free us from these chains, because this is not the America that we stood up for and that our ancestors stood up for. It is absolutely not. So I see you guys are just popping with great comments. I will hit that tomorrow because I have two military people who I ran things by today. Yes, we will be covering the military tribunals, and yes, we already got our security clearances so we can go in, whether they're held by camera and on the East Coast or whether we actually fly to Gitmo. Several of us already went through a lengthy vetting process so we could go to the military tribunals and we could bring you the truth. We're all about the truth, you guys. We may not have the best technology. We may not have the fanciest set up every time, all of that, but we're all about the truth. And right now we're it. I don't know of very many places where we can tune in and hear each other and feed each other info and know that we're getting the truth. So we really appreciate you guys. After this is over, keep popping on with your comments. Tell us if you have any updates. If you remember this post, and let's say your electricity goes out tomorrow, or you get the emergency warning coming across your phone, please come on and comment on here. We'll get it. It'll update right away to my feed. Along those lines, the other night I asked all of you to please go onto your phones and go into general and go into settings and disable auto updates, because we received credible intel that both Google and that both Android and iPhones were creating software auto updates to override and disable any emergency messaging that should come through from President Trump. So disable that and just cut them off at their own game. So, not sure. It says I have no mouse to put there. Not sure what that means. And Gil Marie, if you would like to stop listening to me, you are welcome to push the button and go do something else and take your toxic energy right on out, because we as patriots are meeting every single night right now through the inauguration. We are telling one another what's going on. We are saying prayers for one another. We are keeping each other posted, and we are fighting the corruption and the negativity in our world right now. And we're doing it with action. In regard to that executive order, I will be talking about that tomorrow again. Whenever I don't know something or I'm not sure if something is happening, then I turn to people far more knowledgeable than myself, and I ask them, is it okay to say this? Is this going in the right direction? And I get the okay on it. So several people are ready for the EMS, the emergency messaging, and when it occurs, we already are planning in advance. What are we going to do? We are going to soothe our children. We are going to get through this because we're Americans and Australians and everything else that's watching. But the point is, we're tough. We are resilient. We are not quitters, and we are not going to let them win. Right, guys? I'm Valley Hart. We are coming to you live for Seavine News. We hope that you will tune in tomorrow for some updates. We will have some really good information, and I actually have a couple of people who kindly said they may call in and clarify some points for us. I have to tell you though, right now, Patriots, I asked 3 people if they would be willing to come on with me tonight, and a lot of people are getting death threats right now. So it's little old me here, because until we get through this, if people think that their children are going to get doxxed or they're going to get death threats for coming on here, I'd rather not have it. I don't want anyone to get hurt unnecessarily, but if they can guide me off camera and not have their faces exposed or their names or not put their children at risk, then we will appreciate their insights very much, right, guys? So for right now, you are just stuck with me being willing to come on here, and I really appreciate all your comments, all your prayers, and the whole team at Seavine is prayerfully and diligently working on your behalf. We will bring you any updates at any point. We really appreciate all your insights. Look up Charlie Ward, Simon Parks, Kristen Scott McKay. So those are all very good avenues to pursue for additional opinions and information. I just saw someone said Biden will never be president. From your lips and your text to God's ears, because God wins. Oh, cool. Tim in Tokyo. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in. You know, you guys might be distance in miles, long distances in miles, but all of us are just a prayer away from God and just a comment away from each other. And we are going to get through this. And this is now a family, a worldwide Seavine family. Constitutional law elections. Yeah, where we go one, we go all. From Michigan, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Paula. Tam, Texas resident, but in Tokyo right now. Oh, that's great. I have so many people from areas of Asia that are such patriotic, freedom-loving people. It's really inspiring. Sometimes I have to wake us up and say, hey, you guys, don't lose this. Sidney Powell did say that it would be biblical. Absolutely. Linwood had a lot to say too, and he is a defamation attorney, and he doesn't say things lightly. Ah, cool. Heather from Arizona. Why are the Dems trying to impeach POTUS if he is leaving in a week? Okay, great question. I wasn't going to cover that, but I'm going to cover it. So in the chaos in the White House, white hats allegedly removed many of Nancy Pelosi's computers with incriminating evidence. Nancy Pelosi is desperate to shut down the POTUS, to neutralize any powers that he might have, even though it's a few days, and to try to take away any ability he has to send emergency messaging, to be the commander-in-chief and activate the military in any way to protect us. There are a variety of reasons that if she has corruption on her horizon back there and she is about to be exposed, there are a variety of reasons that are very motivational for her to try to take Trump out right now. If they had nothing to hide, guys, why would she be so frantic? She is super frantic. Read between those lines. Put on the full armor of God and have faith. We have a patriot out there. He did an emergency order in Washington, D.C. They want to impeach Trump so that he can never run for office again. I can't believe the lies the Dems are saying in Congress. Oh yeah, it's disgusting. Global scare events are necessary. My family and friends are stocked up. Yeah, everybody should be stocked up with a little spare water, some flashlights, some batteries, some playing cards, some canned goods, and just looking at it like you're going to chill for a few days. So I don't want to keep you guys for too much longer. I did just want to give you the update. I did want to invite you tomorrow night for some very news breaking information that we just by pure luck and God have, and we could prove in a court of law that they're lying and that the times they're saying certain things happened are not accurate. And that's what we're here for. We're here to spread the truth and bring truth to light, and we appreciate you all so much. I am Valley Hart for Cvine News. Linda and Adam and Leonard and everybody say hi. Somebody says follow Monkey Works as well. Be kind to gators. I missed the end of that, sorry. Absolutely. God is with us. And if you listen to your heart, you'll know. My motto is I'd rather have, tell me your motto again. These comments move so quick. How can we help? So here's how you can help. I'm so grateful that you asked. First of all, keep commenting. If anything happens in your country or your area, come on this string from the night before, whatever the most recent one was, and comment. And more patriots will start knowing because they'll get the updates. That's number one. Information. We are an army if we work together. Absolutely. The second thing is, here's how faithful we are that God has this. Leonard Bacani and I already booked our lodgings, and we are going to get our tickets that are on hold tonight to fly into Washington, D.C. to be there for President Trump, to see what he is going to do and what course he is going to take on January 20th. That's all I'll say. But you read between those lines and you know that we believe in the power of God. We believe in the power of patriots. And we will be soliciting any donations, even $5, to help to buy the power bars that we'll be stuffing in our backpacks. We travel lean and mean. But to make sure we have to buy a new microphone. They took it. But we are planning on going there. We are planning on getting the truth, just like we did the last time. So you can go to the Cvine website at c-vine.com, and you can make a donation, $5. It will be helpful. And more than that, we will be pooling our energies, we'll be pooling our resources, and we'll be doing something for a great cause, which is basically choosing freedom and fighting corruption. So thank you so much, everybody. Paradise says impeach Trump. Paradise, I'm not sure your name goes with your attitude. Perhaps you would be best served either reviewing more information. Watch my video. Watch the video of us in Washington, D.C. Get more informed, and let's check back with you in 4 weeks when a lot of the videos and a lot of the information comes out and we see the truth. There's going to be some shocking things coming out. You don't have to watch all of it. Don't watch the Hunter Biden stuff. Just trust that someone else did and it's deviant. Guard your brain, but be informed move forward in faith, and we love you. We'll continue saying prayers for you. Thank you so much for the entire staff at Seavine News. We love you. We'll check back with you tomorrow, and thank you for all your comments. Keep them popping here, and we will be going on, all of us, to answer them as best we can. We'll have some great answers for your questions tomorrow. Thank you so much. I saw Sue said she just ordered something. Good for you. I love you guys. Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. I see we have more content, more comments. Peace be with you. Thank you so much. Can you disconnect me here?
Yeah, just exit the top. Yep.